Hi, this is Annette at Wild Heart Ranch Wildlife Rescue. I'm standing here with Susan. She's feeding baby squirrels. We're on our second feeding of the day. Um, I want to talk a little bit about what happens when you find a wild animal, especially infants. Now, these guys are all orphan squirrels, and I'm going to show you what a healthy squirrel looks like. This is a little fox squirrel. We've had our feeding, but this is a healthy squirrel. And the way we tell he's a healthy squirrel is our fur is thick. It's not dirty or wet or matted. Our tail is evenly haired out. And they can't grow hair if they're not healthy. What happens with these little guys is people find them and oh my gosh, they're cute and the kids want to keep them and they don't know what to feed them. And trust me, just because you read it on the internet does not mean that it's true. We get calls all the time by babies that are raised on recipes that do not have any nutritional value. If you feed this animal pasteurized milk straight out of the fridge and warm it up, it's actually toxic to the animal. The stomach breaks down, they get chronic diarrhea. Once the diarrhea sets in good, they dehydrate and they die. Sometimes they even get hemorrhagic enteritis. They start pooping blood and they die that way. And that's from pasteurized milk. There's a scalded milk and egg recipe that is a little easier on their stomach, but where's the minerals? Where's the vitamins? Where's the calcium? These guys all have special formulas, and in order for them to grow and their organs to be strong and their bones to be strong, they've got to have the nutritional supplements. You just can't skip them. And some people feed these little guys goat's milk. Though fresh goat's milk is not toxic, you're taking milk that nutritional density is for a large animal, many times larger than the squirrel, feeding it to a little guy. He can't eat enough goat's milk per feeding to get the calcium and the minerals and the nutrition, the fat and the protein out of it that he needs. And these are healthy squirrels getting ready to open their eyes. Now this guy, for example, this is a pinky squirrel that we've had for over a week now. Now, considering that we've had him over a week and he's furring out, we got him at just newborn stage. Well, he's doing fantastic. He's got a nice little round belly. His energy is wonderful. He's producing his own body heat. He's getting his hair out, furring his tail out, and he's got hair everywhere. They cannot grow fur and start maturing if they're not getting good nutrition. The Zoologic 3340 formula that we use for these squirrels is for wild babies. And, you know, there's others. Fox Valley puts out a formula for wild babies, and, you know, a multitude of different densities and varieties and nutritional values for different species. These are gray squirrels. We normally don't open tubs and wake kids up, but I just want to show you, we're real proud of them. These little guys, you know, they just opened their eyes yesterday. Tails are starting to hair out. They've got, you know, lots of energy. They're rooting around. They're eating their pecans already, even though they just opened their eyes. They're on the syringe. They eat every 3 hours, and they eat special food. More fox squirrels. You know, they look fantastic. Now, unfortunately, I can't show you the bad examples because the ones that we've gotten in that were fed the wrong thing, most of them are dead. And they didn't die on the people that found them and made the decision to give them pasteurized milk. They died on us. And we do save some of them. There are squirrels in these cages that are recovered from pasteurized milk, but they only got 1 or 2 feedings. We started getting in squirrels that were long-term. These guys are getting older, and their bodies started breaking down from it. And that's when we get them, is when people realize they've done the wrong thing. By the time you know that you're doing the wrong thing, it's usually too late for the animal. And these were our pinky squirrels. These guys came in absolutely hairless. Now, I tell other rehabbers, if you want to know how good you are at what you do, look at your pinkies when they grow up. What do they look like as they grow up? These were pinky squirrels. The little guy with no hair, these came in even more bald than him. They're fox squirrels. Now they're starting to eat their formula, so what you're seeing on his face and head is formula from him licking out of a bowl. They get it absolutely everywhere as they learn. But the way you tell the health of a squirrel is look at their fur, their tails. Their tails are fluffing out, and, you know, he's not a pet. We don't handle these guys. His little heart's just going 90 to nothing. But I just wanted to show you what a healthy animal looks like. from day one. Mama has no credit here. This is all us. And this is a result of good formula, every 3-hour feedings, proper handling techniques, which is as little as possible. And these are going to their intermediate cages. Now, Greg, if you'll come around here and follow me over to the bigger cages, we go from the baby tubs to these tabletop cages. And the tabletop cages are nice because we can hang their hammocks in them. We fill the hammocks with pecans. They've got their formula bowl in there so they can start learning to eat on their own. And then we always cover them up. And these are, there's 5 little gray squirrels. Gray squirrels have the white bellies. And look at the tails. Tails are nice and fluffy. These are healthy animals, and they're wild. They don't want to play with me. They get syringe fed in their cage. Some are under the hammock, some are in the hammock. But we blend nests. There's more than just what came in one nest in there. And then behind Greg, this is the last indoor cage they have before going to the outdoor cages. But this one is chew-proof. It's all steel. I love these, and I wish we had several more because they can't chew them up. But they're set up with their nuts, their water, and their formula. Now, we get requests from people all around the country asking to send things other than pecans. If you're an Oklahoma squirrel, you have very limited options on what is available year-round. Pecans and acorns is pretty much it. These are all Oklahoma squirrels. They will all be released in Oklahoma. So we're feeding them pecans. That's what they, are going to eat in the wild. And yes, they will eat grapes and, apples and things like that, but they're not going to find any of that in the wild. So the way I look at it is get them used to what they're going to eat. Now, these guys, again, are all covered in formula. They're starting to learn to eat out of their bowl. They're still on the syringe twice a day, but we've cut out 2 feedings, and they're on their own for those feedings. And he's looking for a syringe. Weaning time, you got to kind of tough love these kids. But this hammock is full of gray squirrels, if you can see them in there. That is a full hammock of gray squirrels, and they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do this time of the day, which is sleep. The growth hormone is only released during sleep for a baby, so you definitely want your baby sleeping as much as possible. But anyway, that's a little tour over squirrels. If you find infant, orphan wildlife, what you want to do is you want to keep the baby warm. First thing you want to do is decide whether or not it needs rescued. Is mom still around? Is mom going to be back? Baby bunnies in the ground in a hole. Mom's not around. Those are not orphans. Mom only feeds at night. If you cut a tree down, there's squirrels in it. Mom's going to come back, check the babies, make sure they're okay, that they're not injured. Then leave the area. If it's nice out and they're not going to freeze to death, give mom some time. She will go locate a nest site. She can't just go haul her babies off to who knows where. She has to go locate a place to take them, and then she'll come back one by one and take them. Baby raccoons, you find baby raccoons, it doesn't mean they need to move. There are people that will move a nest out of your attic and give mom a chance to come and move her babies. You don't want to tangle with the mother raccoons, so it's best to call professionals there. Fawns, fawn season's coming. If you find a baby deer that's laying in the woods or the brush or the high grass and mom's not around, remember, ears are curled, I'm alone in the world. Ears are straight, fawn is great. If the baby fawn's ears are nice and straight and flat, he is just nesting in his nest while mom goes off and grazes. She will come back and feed him. If the tips of the ears are curled back, that's the first sign of dehydration. That means the baby deer is missing meals and he needs to come in. But always check your fawn ears before touching them. And of course, if they're injured or they're covered in ticks and their eyes are full of ticks, they need to come in. But the best way to support wildlife rehabilitation is to put us out of business by supporting the animals in their natural habitats with their natural mothers. This is a very labor-intensive and expensive operation, and it's all volunteers. And we're not here because we don't have lives. We're here because the lives in our walls matter most to us. And we would all love some time off, but it's not going to happen. But the more you know, the less harm we can do. Thanks for following, and thanks for caring about the little guys.